What is going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well. As for myself, I am doing pretty good. It has been a minute since I have sat in front of this camera and got a video recorded, and it's actually showing because this is the fourth time that I'm trying to get this thing done. But we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get it done on this fourth time. I thought the third time would be a charm, it wasn't. Fourth time, we're gonna get it done. But all has been well, been enjoying life, been enjoying the retirement life. It's been almost a year since I retired from the city, after 21 years. City was one of those jobs that still had a pension plan, and their pension plan league minimum was you work 20 years and you reach the age of 50, they would let you go. So last July, I turned 50. Last July, it made 21 years. August, I was done. I put my paperwork in, and I retired last August. Following month, September, I started drawing my pension check, y'all. But that pension check was nowhere near what it is for me to go to work 40 hours for them. So I needed to supplement that income some kind of way. Some of you may know, others may not know, that I have an embroidery business. Been doing that since 2009. And once I retired, I said I needed to scale this business up in order to supplement that income. Well, for almost a year, I just kind of lollygagged around and kept it rolling how it had been running with me working. But last 2 months, I kind of got serious and said I really need to scale this thing up so that I can kind of replace that income. And that's what I've been doing the last month or so. That's why I kind of have been off the radar from recording, but I still been trading, still been getting trades in just about every day. Last video I made, I think at that time I had 3 Apex PA accounts and 2 Top Step X Express accounts. With those, you can request payouts after you reach certain levels. Well, now I'm down to 2 Apex PA accounts, and I'm down to 1 Top Step X account. So we've been trading those, making them do what they've been doing. Got a couple of payouts, and I almost got the Apex down to just 1 PA account, y'all. And this was early on in the time that I had activated those PA accounts. I was trading 2 $250,000 accounts and 1 $25,000 account, and I kaboomed one of the 250K accounts. Pretty much took out everything. I maxed the payout. You max that payout, it gives you very little threshold, and kaboom, it was done. But what I wanted to show today is 2 things. I've kind of changed up my trading style somewhat. I still call myself a new trader, even though I've been trading a couple of years, maybe 3 years, but my definition of a new trader is 5 years, man. If you ain't got 5 years in, you still trying to learn this thing, and I'm still trying to learn it, still trying to refine it, and it's just where we at right now. So been making some changes, went back to like one of my older styles of trading, which is like trend trading or channel trading. And that's been working for me, y'all. That has been working. It's been giving me clarity on these charts. Kind of still refining it, putting together the pieces, but it's been working good. So I've changed up the way some of my charts look. So we'll take a look at that. But first and foremost, I want to switch over to Apex real quick. For For those that trade Apex, you'll recognize this screen if you're on their website, but it's the PA charts. So you can kind of look at your PA charts and see what you did. And what this chart does is show you what you make each day. It doesn't give you like a running balance. It just shows you what you make or what you lose each day, because we know not every day is a green day. We would love that, but we know that that is not the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up that chart real quick. And then we're gonna rock and roll. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just hover my mouse above the chart, because if I go down into the chart, it's gonna show you my full account number, and I don't want to do that. But this here just shows you what you make or you lose each day. So we're just gonna go through it real quick. First day, I made a little over 200. Second day, I made a little over 200. Third day, I dang near kaboom this thing, y'all. You see, I almost lost, or not almost, I lost over 1,000, probably right around $1,100. One of the gripes that people have with Apex is they don't care how much you are up in that account. If you lose, and it's caveat to that. You can be up about $5,000-6,000. Then they don't care how much you lose in a day. But if you're just starting off in this account, if you notice, I was up about, let's call it $500 for those first 2 days. This third day, I lost $1,100. Had I lost $400 more, had I lost $1,500 in that day, I would have kaboomed this account. I would have blew it up. Even though I really would have only been down $700 overall in the account. Apex, they have a daily threshold. And if you exceed that daily threshold, they will kaboom the account. So I was $400 away from kabooming that account on the third day. Had to step back. Like, LMD, what the heck are you doing, dude? You getting these opportunities. Don't blow them. Do not blow them. So fourth day, I didn't take any trades in this account. I had to kind of self-reflect. Fourth day, made a little bit under 200. And on this day, y'all, I was trading NQ. I was trading NQ on this account. And this account is not made for NQ. These prop firms, they get us. They get us, y'all. They tell us that this is a $25,000 account. Yeah, that's what they telling us, but it's really not. It's really like a $1,500 account, because that's what your threshold is. You lose $1,500 and they snatching that account away from you. So this account is not made for NQ at this point. Now you can trade this thing and build up a nice cushion and make it that way, but out the gates, no, it's not, because of things like this. Tilt, getting caught up in news and it just spikes down on you. So again, I had to reflect, and then I said, nope, I'm about to trade the way this thing is supposed to be traded. So fifth day, made a little under 200. Sixth day, same. Seventh day, red day, almost lost $400 that day. Eighth day, almost made 200. Didn't trade it the 9th, 10th, 11th day. 12th day, maybe about under $100. 13th day, $200 loss. And now you notice my mentality has changed. I'm like, dude, take these losses. Take the losses. Do not self-destruct and just kaboom it, man. So now $200, I'm done. Like, we can make that back the next day. Boom. You see, almost made it back the next day. Next day, another red day, almost $200 that I lost. Next day, right up under 200 that we made. Next day, over 200. Next day, over 200. Next day, right at 200. Next day, right at 200. Day after that, almost 400, or right at 400. The next day, a little over 400. And yesterday, just under 400, made $387. I say that to show if we have a winning system, which I think I have a winning system. I think I have edge in this market. I just can't let days like this creep in. Days like this, that's borderline. These are good days. Lose 200, lose 200, because on average, that's what we're making. We can make that back. So I'll show you what the balance is in that account today, June 29th. Boom. Had it blocked. You should see it down there at the bottom now. P&L, $1,768. This particular account, a 25K account, you got to make $1,600 to request a payout, y'all. You can make requests on the 1st and the 5th. They'll send you your money on the 15th. Guess what I'm going to do on Monday? I'll be requesting the payout. But what I won't do is max this thing out. I will not max this one out. My intent is to work this thing the same way I did, because I'm gonna leave me a little buffer. It'll be more than $400, but based on that chart, you see, I should be able to work that account up again to be able to get a payout. So like I said, I'm not gonna max it out. I'll take out what I feel is a comfortable level to leave me a comfortable cushion to be able to work it back up. Other thing, I used to, because you can request a payout every 10 days. I used to be aggressively trading to get that payout every 10 days. That's no more. That is no more. I'm going to trade the way that I need to trade. I'm not going to be oversizing to be trying to make some money to make it in 10 days. If it takes 23 days, so be it. The thing is, I have multiple PA accounts that I could take a payout in. I could structure them to where if I wanted to every 10 days, take it out of one, but it doesn't have to be out of that same one. So just wanted to show that. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring up my main screen now and just take a look at what I've been doing with my charts and whatnot. The layout probably pretty much looks the same as before. Upper left chart is a tick chart. I'll normally flip this between the 100 tick chart if it's pre-market or after hours, and the 500 tick chart while the market is moving. Upper right, this is a 1 minute chart. This always stays as a 1 minute chart. Lower right, it's 5 minute chart. Lower left, 15-minute chart. So this layout hadn't too much change. But what I did do is, if you notice on the upper left, it still has the old school where it would change colors, flip-flop colors from green to red or red to green. I turned that off on all of my time-based charts, so the 1 minute, the 5 to 15. And if you notice, you'll see like a channel that's kind of colored in right here. This is coming from my 15-minute chart, and these are all ones that I make. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna change this layout a little bit so that it'll probably make it a little easier on the eyes. Let me make sure that this is set to always on top. I'm gonna blow this one up. I'll move this 5 minute over here. And then I'm going to just run through. I'm going to run through and show basically what I do in the mornings. So what is that? 2200. All right, we'll blow. So first thing I do is I go to the 15-minute chart, y'all. I start at the 15-minute chart and I look to see if there is a 15-minute trend. So right here, you see we had this pivot, had a higher low pivot. So this was a new 15-minute pivot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go ahead and start drawing some. let's see, we'll start at 10, and 10, we got this pivot here. We have that pivot there. So I would go ahead and I would start a down channel right there from that to that. And then I would use this pivot as my bottom. So I'm going to take this over here right there. Let's say that I came and I sat down at 1045. This is what the chart looked like. I had already had this one, but now we get a new lower high from there. So that's a 15-minute channel. I would start that. My 15-minute channels, I like to have shaded because they will like shade in the smaller time frames. So 15-minute down is going to be a pink channel. So boom, now you have it. So you notice up, this came down, this came back up. I'm going to take this point, I'm going to start the channel, and I'm going to put my base right there. So from here, I should expect this to catch support down here. Look at what it does. It catches support right there. Comes on up. Now here, I would expect it to come back down, but I won't just take this trade. I need some kind of confirmation. So I need like a new 5-minute candle to make a new low, a new 1-minute candle to make a new low, something like that on a smaller time frame. And we see that it doesn't. It breaks out of that channel, gets back into this 15-minute channel, makes a little move, and then comes on back down. I'm going to delete that one right quick just so we can kind of see. And so 15 up, 15 down. We got those established. Now I'm going to go ahead. We'll keep that big. I'm going to switch over to a 5-minute, switch over to a smaller time base. And now I'm going to look for, let me come on back over here. Where did it go to? It's not good. Let me shrink that one. And then there we go. I'll blow it back up now. So there we go. Those are the two that transposed off of the 15-minute chart. And now what I'll try to do is find 5-minute levels on the chart. So this is covering off of the 15. But if we come down here, look, you got a pivot here, and I get a higher one here and a higher one there. So again, I'm gonna take this over here. We don't want to see the future. So again, this is what I would be looking at. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna do a 5-minute. And that's where it would be. I would come up here. I would set the top right there. I'm gonna change that color. It's gonna be a blue one. I know it's already a blue one on there, but you'll see how that blue one got established right there. So blue, no shade. Those are 5-minute up channels. So boom, came up, back down, boom, back down. So now I'll be going on my 1-minute chart looking for entries on this, but up, down. So we see, look, came up, came back down, and it broke structure. It broke this trend. So what I'll do is I'll come and I'll put that right there, because now this is the new pivot because we broke these pivots. I'll take this and I'll bring it up to right there because now that's the top. That's the new 5-minute channel for me. It's coming up. Notice it breaks it, kind of chops along. It's back in the 15-minute channel. That's good. If it could break over this, it's coming back up to previous day's close, which is this black line. It's exactly what it does. Pushes back down, back up. I would hope that it would catch support here, and it's probably just going to be wedged in between these two right here for a minute. Nope, it breaks out, comes in, it retests. It should go back all the way up to the top, but it doesn't. Kind of rolls back over, pushes back down into the 5-minute channel, catches support off the base. Remember, we formed this channel right here, but notice where it caught support at, way up here. So again, on a smaller time frame, on my 1 minute chart, I'm gonna be looking for a pattern to get me into the trade right here. First 1 minute candle to make a new high. But the downside, if you notice, when it comes right here, it has the 15-minute up channel, and it has these moving averages that it has to break through. Nope, it crushes through everything, comes all the way back down. Now, this would not be on the chart right now. This one here would not be on the chart. This one is on the chart because it came all the way down and it made the pivot now, not this pivot, but this pivot. So I brought this down. I'm going to delete that one. So that one that was just right there, just think that instead of me deleting it, I rotated it down. I want as many points touching. I want as many points touching. And then this one here, I could probably take it to right there because that gives me that point coming through there. And look at that. I wasn't even looking over here to the right, but look where it based out at. Comes down. Look at where it bases out at to go back higher. Now, this is where I have expectation when I'm taking a trade. This is that first 5 minute candle to make a new high. I don't really trade the 5 minute. I trade the 1 minute. But if I was trading a 5 minute, that would be my entry. My stop would be right there. All I can expect out of this is up to VWAP. Expectation. Some people, their concept and theory is levels are made to be broken. My concept is these levels are going to do what they do. VWAP is going to act as resistance until you prove me wrong. It acted as resistance. It acted as resistance. So if I take this trade, my only expectation is this is going to come up to VWAP and get rejected. It got rejected hard. It comes on down. And what do we get now? This pivot is now lower than that pivot. That ends that rotation. And see, now from here to here, I can start a down channel. I could start a down channel. And I'm going to show you what all this looks like on the 1 minute after this one right here that I draw. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to put my pivot because I see this touching. I see this touching. Again, we don't see the future. What time is that? 8 o'clock. This is just, I don't pay these no mind really, but I'm going to come here and I'm going to load. My 5 minute down channels are pink. Or not pink, but like a magenta color. I'm sorry. So that's where I see the 5 minute. I'm not taking it all the way down to here. That's 6 o'clock. That's like a volatile time of the market. 8 o'clock. That's a volatile time. So this is going to be my 5 minute channel. Again, 15 minute is covering this. We try to get back in the 15, just kind of peekaboos down, back up, back down. But that's all I do, y'all. I establish my 15 minute levels. I come over to the 5 minute. I establish my 5 minute levels. And then I trade the 1 minute. So on the 1 minute, that's what it looks like. You see, I took trades coming around through there. And it's the same way. So now we have these levels. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to look for levels on the 1 minute. So let's say I sat down, and this is where the market was at. I would come here. I would draw my 1 minute level. And I understand that 1 minute levels get broken a whole lot faster than a 5, and definitely faster than a 15 would get broken. And this is kind of in no man's land right here. So comes up, bad trade. This is a bad trade that I took right here based on this channel that I just drew. And the reason I say it was a bad trade, you somewhat get bad trade, bad trade. I would have needed this to break this level right here. I needed to break that level. And the only thing I can expect is for it to come up here and kind of get rejected. But I get in one here, I average my way down, comes back up. These make money. This one gets out flat and I get out of the trade. Remember where I say I needed to break right there? Look at it, it does. It breaks it. It comes up. All I can expect is this to get pushed back down. I'm going to take profit and reset. Comes back down. Base is out. Kind of breaks, gets back in, pushes back down. Now I need to see it break this area before I want to go long. What's that? Let's call it 60. Down there is 53. That would have been a 7-point stop. Expectation, top of this channel. Comes in, breaks that. Next expectation, VWAP. Doesn't come all the way up to VWAP. Gets right there. Then just kind of chops around between this area. VWAP. This is what I want to see right here. I want to see this push back into this pink 15-minute down channel. Break this level. Kind of just peekaboos. Chops around. But I would have wanted this to push back down. Now I could come right here and draw a line right there. And I draw this line because of this point right here. I can expect that to act as support. Let's see what happens. Boom, acts as support, pushes it back up. 1 o'clock in the morning. I ain't gonna usually be up at that time. Breaks out of the 15-minute down channel over VWAP. When this breaks this pivot, that's a trend change for the 15-minute chart. That's a trend change. And I also can establish a new 1 minute. So again, not looking at the future. Market comes up, higher low. Comes up, higher low. I can establish that this is a new uptrend, and I'm going to use this right here as the top. Look at what it does. Comes up. That top is equal to VWAP. Rejects both of them. Now, instead of this coming all the way down, I can kind of expect it to catch support off these moving averages. And that's what it does. Finally breaks VWAP. Off to the races. Off to the races. This is probably going, 1 o'clock. This is right around one of those times where you get that added volatility in the market. It's going to kind of mess up your candle structure. But off to the races. Notice this is an old intraday channel that I just put on the chart. Look at where it finds resistance at, comes back down. This is the top. That's the bottom. Catches support off of the moving averages, and then just kind of like channel trades, just kind of grinds its way back up, breaks out, comes back down. Now here would have been a come up, back down, and then try to go to get out of this channel, but it doesn't. It fails. It comes back down in it. Tries to bounce. On this 1 minute chart, I'm going to look for a new 1 minute candle to make a new high right here. If it did, very little room for the move though, but it rolls over. And that's all I do, y'all. That's it. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but what y'all think? What do y'all think, man? What y'all think? Look, notice how these old levels are working. And at the same time, my layout is like this. So when this is moving, and I'm seeing if I'm getting new 5-minute action. So on this chart right here, on this chart, where would y'all put the trend line for the 5-minute? Where would you put it? I'm gonna tell you, it's in a downtrend. This is how I would draw it. This is how I would draw it. I would start right there, and I'm coming through there. And then I'm going to put my base right there. Double click. I'm going to change that to a 5-minute down. That would be my 5-minute down And now it's inside of the 15-minute down. And let's try to see if we can find that. Just keep coming, keep coming. So boom, that's where it starts at on the 1 minute chart. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. That's the first one. Comes down. Look at the time, 8 o'clock. That's that mess up your channel. Comes down, back up. Here we go. First 1 minute candle to make a new low because we're in a down. Notice it's right at the 5 minute up, but I can go long here, or I'm sorry, go short here, stop right there, trade this down, back down to this level right here, because that's where we think it should catch support at. Kind of chops around, comes down. Now it breaks it. Now we want to see it do exactly that. Come back up, retest, either make a new low to continue going down or get back in the channel. It gets back in the channel. Now I want to see this come up, come back down, set a higher low from here. First new 1 minute candle to make a new high. And then I can expect this to come back up to the top. Booyah. Look at the time though, 9:30, the market opens, but makes the new high. Stop would have to be down here below the channel. So you in at 23, your stop is down there around 7. That's like 16 points. And then this rips. Again, expectation back up to the top of the channel. This goes all the way up to VWAP, which is also the base of the 5 minute channel, and just flushes out. And that's it, y'all. That is it in a nutshell. May seem complicated, may not seem complicated. I don't know. Let me know. But it's been working. It has been working when I stay disciplined. When I stay disciplined, when I take my stops like I supposed to. What I need to work on is holding trades a little longer. My profit would probably be exceedingly more, but it's a learning process. We're learning. You got people. I just watched Jared Wesley's over at Live Traders, watch his weekly lecture. He's 20-something years in the game, and he talked about something that he just learned in the market that he's implementing. So as always, thanks for checking me out. If you're back over here checking me out, please like, please subscribe, please comment. I definitely love all of that. And I like to get in the comment section. So if you're down there, please know that I will most likely comment on your comment, whether it's good or bad. So on that note, I'm going to wrap this one up. We're right at 30 minutes. And I look forward to get back to doing these. It felt good getting this out of the way. It's a Saturday morning. I was out in the shop until about 3:30 this morning. Got about 3 hours worth of sleep, went back out, got a little bit more work in, and I'm headed back out there. So on that note, peace.